The Sonoran Desert, a place of brilliant sunsets, towering saguaros, and majestic mountains. But our beautiful desert landscapes are also fragile and can easily be disturbed.
We have a saying at MAG, the dust we raise is the dust we breathe. If we kick it in the air, we affect our health and the quality of our life. So we must be careful every time we break the crust.
Desert dust is made up of small particles called PM10, particulate matter 10 microns in diameter or less. These tiny particles are just 1/7 the width of a single human hair.
So it's a very important thing to control because it affects all of us. And the smaller the particle, the more dangerous it is.
That's why the Clean Air Act requires regions to keep the dust down. Those that don't are considered to be in non-attainment of the standards. Penalties for not meeting the requirements of the Clean Air Act can be severe, ranging from sanctions on business and industry to the loss of millions of dollars in funding for transportation projects.
There's a potential loss of $7.4 billion of federal highway funds, and that translates into jobs for each one of us.
The good news is we're on the verge of attaining the standard and eliminating the threat of sanctions. To be in attainment, a region must show at least 3 consecutive years with no violations. While the EPA must still agree, all signs indicate there were no violations of the standard in 2009 or 2010. If we can make it through December without any violations, we'll have the 3 years needed for attainment. But it will take everyone doing their part, not only to reach attainment, but to continue to stay clean.
If we're going to be successful in improving air quality in this region, we must collaborate. Everybody must do their part in order to improve air quality.
They might make that landscaping job easier, but leaf blowers and other lawn and garden equipment can raise large amounts of dust and should be used sparingly. Instead of blowing leaves and dust around, try using the vacuum mode, or simply try a rake or broom. In fact, state law requires property owners to control dust on their property. That includes banning the blowing of landscape debris into public roadways at any time by any person. Local laws also ban the use of leaf blowers on dirt fields, road shoulders, or loose dirt. And they advise not using leaf blowers on high pollution advisory days.
By doing their part, our citizens can have a huge impact on the quality of air in our valley.
All-terrain and off-highway vehicles can be fun family activities, but it's important that riders know the laws to avoid stirring up dust.
We always ride our ATVs in designated areas for safety reasons.
Most cities and towns strictly control ATV and off-road vehicle use. In most cases, riding these kinds of vehicles within the urban area, such as on vacant lots and riverbeds, is illegal and can create a health risk for the riders. It's the rider's responsibility to know where they're allowed to ride. Otherwise, they can face fines and penalties. In fact, ATV riders on this vacant lot in Phoenix caused the air quality monitor nearby to record an exceedance. 2 more exceedances at this monitor would mean a violation. Our 3-year clean record would be over, and we would have to start the entire clock over again. While we may live in the city, there's still a lot of dirt to be found, especially on unpaved vacant lots. Many of them, like this one, a stone's throw from a dust monitor. Multiply this scenario by the more than 100,000 such dirt lots that exist in Maricopa County, and you can see the problem.
We are doing our part, and we're also relying on our residents to help us out by doing their part. One of the greatest challenges we have in the city is the issue of unpaved vacant lots. When people park cars or ride their motorbikes or ATVs on these lots, it can cause exceedances at one of the monitors. So just one person stirring up dust on a vacant lot can put the entire valley in jeopardy of economic sanctions and negatively impact business and industry. We are calling in owners of these lots to partner with the city for cleaner air in your neighborhood and the valley.
The best solution is to avoid driving on dirt. If you must drive on dirt, drive slowly. Some additional tips for Valley residents: reduce fireplace and wood stove use. Maintain landscapes by covering loose dirt with vegetation or gravel. And avoid any activities that disturb the natural crust, especially on high pollution or high wind days. Be particularly vigilant if you live near a monitor.
Every person who watches this video, please check the website. Please look to see if you live near an air quality monitor. We are very, very close to attaining 3 years of clean data, but even one violation can put this attainment in jeopardy. Prevention is the key to winning this war.
Serious offenders can be reported to the Maricopa County Air Quality Department at 602-372-2703. More tips can be found at cleanairmakemore.com.
Each one of us can individually contribute to make Maricopa County dust-free.
Do your part to keep dust down, please.
Do your part to keep dust pollution down so we can all breathe better.
The cities, towns, and Maricopa County are working hard to solve this problem. Now we ask you to please do your part. Help us solve this problem for our region.